We are more or less at the midway point of the Premier League season. Don, we thought it appropriate if you picked your Premier League team of the year so far. Talk us through your selections.
Yeah, I think I might only have one ally today on this show, and it might be Shaka. I don't think Ali and I don't think Gab will probably be shaking their head, I would imagine, at this 11. This is what I'm going with. Kasper Schmeichel in goal. I think he's been the best goalkeeper this season. You've seen, David De Gea last week and the problems that he's having. So he's my number one. I don't think anyone would argue over Trent and Andy Robertson at full-back areas. Maybe Ben Chilwell had a little shout at left-back, but I've gone with Robertson. Virgil van Dijk, second in the Ballon d'Or. Phenomenal centre-half. And then Jonny Evans. People might think that's a surprise, but for £3 million, he's been an unbelievable signing. I think apart from probably Tottenham, he walks into every single team in the Premier League. And then Maddison, Fabinho, Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne was a certainty, the form that he's been in lately. He's just playing at a completely different level. And then I went Sadio Mane, Jamie Vardy leading the line. And then it was a 50-50 call between Marcus Rashford and Raheem Sterling. And I went for Marcus Rashford. So that's my team of the mid-season.
And co-managed too by Jurgen Klopp.
That's 50-50 too.
Jurgen Klopp and Chris Wilder.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, Chrissy Wilder's done a ridiculous job, hasn't he? I mean, if Jurgen Klopp goes on to win the league like we all think, apart from Gab, who's still sat on the fence, I think it has to be a 50-50 call between Jurgen Klopp and Chrissy Wilder.
A lot of Liverpool and Leicester, as you might expect.
Okay, first of all, there's no such thing as 50-50 manager. You pick a manager because, well, that's the selection you have to make. That's what that was the requirement from Don. Once again, he came up short. Now, regardless of that,
it's brutal, Don.
I told you I had one ally.
Regardless of that, the other 50-50 call, it's not a close 50-50 call. It's not Rashford or Sterling. It's Sterling. It's not Rashford. Rashford, maybe they highlight on what is a low light ridden Manchester United, but that doesn't make him good enough to be in the team of the year so far.
I'm with Ali entirely here. Listen.
There's your ally.
Yeah, given the fact that we're talking about Don Hutchison's team here, and he's got 10 out of 11 that we have not too much of an argument. I think Don should be happy with that.
Yeah,
that's fair. But the choice between Rashford and Sterling, listen, he even got how many allies he has wrong.
Yeah, you were hoping for one, Don. I think your hopes are dashed. Gab,
well dashed.
Let's see if you've got one in Gab. Gab, any quibbles?
Well, since we're going for co-managers and there's no limit to it, how about the Leicester City manager who's done exceptionally well as well? Maybe you could have three guys on the bench there, Don. And then one other thing I would point out is I love Virgil van Dijk. I understand he finished second in the Ballon d'Or. But I think he himself has spoken about this. He's not had a particularly good half season relative to what he achieved before. So I don't know if he's maybe sneaking in there on rep a little bit. Is he the best center back in the Premier League? I think so. But has he been the best in the last 3 months? I'm not sure.
Who would you put in there instead, Gab?
Well, I would have to think about it a little bit. I wasn't asked to make a Premier League team of the season. But look, I mean, I think this happens all the time, right, with reputation. And look, Van Dijk at 80% is still going to be better than most, and that's a fair argument. But it is curious, I think, after maybe 18 months of being out of this world since he arrived at Liverpool, I think it's only understandable if you're going to have maybe 3 or 4 games where you're not quite on the level you were at before.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.